Last August, my garage workshop hit 112 degrees. I measured it. 112. Tools were too hot to hold. I was dripping sweat onto my workbench. I couldn't install a window AC unit because the garage has old casement windows that crank open sideways. Nothing fits. And I wasn't about to spend $3,000 on a mini-split system for a space I use on weekends. So I called my friend Marcus. Marcus grew up in Sudan. When I told him my garage was 112 degrees, he didn't seem impressed. My grandmother's house in Khartoum hits 115 in May, he said. She doesn't have air conditioning. Never has. I asked him what she uses instead. He laughed and said, "You have everything you need at the hardware store for about $7. But you've probably walked past it 100 times and never thought to put it in a window." 2 days later, I built what he described, a simple screen that fits in my garage window. I poured water over it. That was it. Within 40 minutes, my garage had dropped from 112 to 94 degrees. Within 2 hours, it was 87. By evening, it felt like a shaded porch instead of a furnace. The total cost was $7. The screen uses no electricity. It has no moving parts. It runs entirely on water and physics. And the material that makes it work is something so common, so cheap, and so overlooked that the air conditioning industry has spent decades making sure you never think about it for cooling purposes. I'm going to show you exactly what I built, why it works, how to make one yourself, and how much money this simple device can save you over the lifetime of your home. Before I reveal what's inside that screen, you need to understand what you're actually fighting when a room gets hot. Most people think their walls are the problem. They're not. The real enemy is your windows. On a sunny summer day, roughly 75% of the heat that enters a room comes through the glass, not through the walls, not through the roof, through the windows. Here's what's happening. Solar radiation, invisible infrared light, streams through your window glass like it's not even there. It hits your floor, your furniture, your workbench. Every surface it touches absorbs that energy and then re-radiates it as heat into the room. Your air conditioner isn't cooling the house. It's fighting a battle against the sun. And the sun is winning because you're letting it in first and then paying to remove it. The traditional solution is to block the sun before it enters. Blinds, curtains, reflective film. Those help, but they also block the breeze. On a day when the outside air is cooler than the inside air, which happens every evening and most mornings, you want that air flowing through. You just want it to be cooler when it arrives. There is a way to have both, a breeze and cooling at the same time, for $7. And it relies on a material you have almost certainly never considered for this purpose. Let me show you what Marcus's grandmother uses, what people across North Africa, the Middle East, and South Asia have been using for centuries. Plain black lump charcoal, the same stuff you dump into a grill. I know how that sounds. Charcoal. For cooling. It seems backwards. Charcoal is associated with fire, with heat, with glowing red embers under a grate. But charcoal has a hidden property that makes it one of the most effective cooling materials ever discovered. Here's the science. Charcoal is unbelievably porous. Under a microscope, it looks like a sponge made of black glass. A single gram of charcoal, a piece smaller than your fingernail, contains an internal surface area of over 3,000 square feet. That's half a football field of microscopic tunnels, chambers, and passageways compressed into a speck you can barely see. Those pores do two things simultaneously that make charcoal a cooling powerhouse. First, they absorb heat directly. Charcoal has a high specific heat capacity. It can soak up a lot of thermal energy before its own temperature rises. When warm outside air hits a charcoal screen, the charcoal pulls heat out of the air and stores it temporarily. Second, and this is the bigger one, those pores hold water. When you wet the charcoal, every one of those microscopic chambers fills with moisture. As warm air passes through, the water evaporates, and evaporation pulls an enormous amount of heat out of the air. Here's the number that matters. When water changes from liquid to vapor, it absorbs roughly 2,260 kilojoules of heat energy per kilogram of water. That is enough energy to drop the temperature of a typical room by 10 to 15 degrees per hour of operation. The charcoal is doing two jobs at once. It's absorbing heat like a sponge absorbs water, and it's evaporating water like sweat evaporates from your skin. The combination creates a cooling effect greater than either mechanism alone. This is not fringe science. Researchers have measured temperature drops of 15 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit across properly wetted charcoal screens in hot, dry conditions. In one study, peak indoor temperatures dropped from 106 degrees to 88 degrees, an 18-degree difference. using nothing but charcoal, water, and a wooden frame. Let me show you exactly how I built mine. 4 things from any hardware store. A wooden frame that fits your window. Scrap lumber screwed into a rectangle. Old screen frame works too. 2 sheets of 1/4-inch wire mesh, about $4. Natural lump charcoal, not briquettes, those are full of chemicals. A 10-pound bag costs $6, and a shallow tray for any drips. Wedge the frame in your window, charcoal facing the hot outside. Now here's how you run it. Pour water over the top until the charcoal is damp. Not soaked, just damp like a wrung-out sponge. That's it. You wet it and walk away. As outside air pushes through, the charcoal absorbs heat while the water evaporates from its pores. Both mechanisms fire at once. The air that hits your room is 10 to 20 degrees cooler, depending on humidity. Hot, dry day, dramatic drop. Humid day, smaller effect, maybe 5 to 8 degrees, but still free, still meaningful. Re-wet it once or twice a day, morning and evening, 30 seconds. Pour water across the top, watch it trickle down. Done. The charcoal never wears out. It just sits there, working, forever. Water is your only ongoing cost, and that's basically nothing. So why have you never seen a charcoal cooling screen in a store? No conspiracy, no secret meeting. Something more ordinary happened. The global air conditioning industry generates over $130 billion annually. Manufacturers, installers, repair technicians, parts suppliers, utility companies, an entire ecosystem that profits when you cool your home with a machine. A $7 charcoal screen generates no recurring revenue, no professional installation fees, no annual service contracts, no monthly electric bill. It cannot be branded, patented, or sold at a premium. So the knowledge sits in places where people never had the option of mechanical cooling. Sudan, rural India, the Middle East, communities that stayed practical because they had to. The rest of us were sold a story, that cooling requires a machine, that comfort demands a monthly payment, that an industry knows better than centuries of wisdom. But the physics never changed. Water still evaporates, charcoal still absorbs heat, air still cools when it passes through something damp. The knowledge just got outspent. I still have that screen in my garage window. 2 summers now. The charcoal looks exactly the same as the day I poured it in. Every hot afternoon, I pour water over the top, and within an hour, my workshop drops from unbearable to comfortable. $7. 40 minutes of assembly. No electricity, no noise, no moving parts. Marcus's grandmother was right. You've walked past everything you need 100 times and never thought to put it in a window. Now you know. Try it on one window this weekend. A garage, a workshop, a sunroom, anywhere the afternoon sun turns into a furnace. If this changed how you think about cooling your home, share it with someone dreading their summer electric bill. Subscribe for more knowledge that somehow never made it to the store shelf. I'll see you in the next one.